Big performance today out there, doing a lot of little things. I mean, what went right and how did it feel to play so well?
I was just honestly just playing football. I had going into the game, I didn't realize that I was going to be playing so much running back there at the end. So I was just going out there and playing football like I always did as a kid.
Last time you scored a pair of touchdowns in a game?
High school.
You mentioned not really kind of having an idea that you were going to carry it 8 times most on the team. Is that just a matter of adjusting in game and going with the flow and whatever's called?
Yeah, exactly. Coach always just says be ready to adjust and adapt, and that's what I did today.
You had the lead block for Zach, and I think it was the play before you scored the touchdown, and he almost got in. But that, just to spring him in that way, is that almost as satisfying as getting into the end zone yourself?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because that's truly my role. That's my position. A fullback. I'm trying to clear the hole. I'm trying to clear the lane. And that's what I did in college too. So it felt really good opening that up for him.
I'll say that this was like a late birthday present or anything like that?
No, he didn't. But it's what it feels like.
AJ, it seemed like you played a really good game today. There was one play in particular where I feel like you charged through the one guy and then you had a hit on Andy Dalton. I mean, what went right on that play?
We just put a huge emphasis on pass rush this week because last week we did good, but we wanted to do better. So we made an emphasis of that, and then we were just studying them, watching their sets, and then just working on our reactions. Because on that one, he kicked back really fast, and so we were thinking power with that one. And so whenever he's moving back so quickly, you can put some power on him before he can set his feet. Then they aren't able to stop it as easily.
There's been so much that's been discussed about increasing the pressure on the opposing passer and what an emphasis there was on that this offseason. 2 weeks in a row here with Greg getting a sack, and then you got close and made that big play. And you guys are doing this all without Jerry and Mario right now. Are you excited to kind of see what this defensive line can do as a whole when you get everybody going?
Oh yeah, I mean that just shows the depth that we have. And the versatility of all our guys. I mean, we have ends rushing from the 3 technique. We have 3 techniques rushing at ends. And so, I mean, it just shows that the group as a whole has taken a step forward, and we're ready to keep progressing, getting better every week.
How valuable is this right now in the preseason with those guys, Jerry and Mario especially, kind of sitting out right now, but it's given guys like Greg and yourself and Boogie more opportunities. You feel like that's a silver lining to them not being in the lineup right now?
Yeah, that's a big thing for us young guys, especially just to get more reps under our belt. Boogie and Greg's first games especially, get them their first NFL reps before the actual season. So that's a big thing for us as a defensive line, just to get that consistency, to get those repetitions, and to get some wins and to know what it feels like so that we can keep getting that.
People have discussed your weight and your body change and things like that. Have you had to almost readjust and relearn or adjust the way you play and learn how to play as this player at a different weight?
Oh yeah, I mean, when I was 280 at Iowa, I was mostly known as a pure power rusher. But being able to drop all that weight, adding some quickness and some speed to my game, I had to change it to not so much power, to add a little speed and quickness as well, just because I didn't have as much oomph behind me. Whenever you're 280 and you drop down to 255, that's a big drop. And so the strength had gone down, but that this past offseason where I got to spend time with the coaches in the building, that was a big role for me to get that strength back up to where it needs to be and my body weight.
The learning curve of pass rushing moves, I assume you have to do a lot of different things in general. What has been the learning curve with that? Now that you have your weight in check, you focus now maybe more on that?
It's just been thinking about get off, because that was the thing that I think people kind of thought about me, was my get off wasn't as quick. But being able to change my body and to get consistent steps off the ball and get that speed off the ball, that's a big change. And that sets up the rush as a whole. Every single play, that's what starts, is that get off and how fast you can get off the ball and set the edge, or how fast you can get to the quarterback.
Reggie, I know there was an emphasis this offseason on running the ball maybe a little bit more effectively or better at times, and it's only a couple of preseason games, but Devin has looked really good. Zach looked pretty good in his first game today. How nice is it to see the success that you guys are having on the ground here in the preseason?
Oh, I love seeing the success of the team, no matter and whatever it may be, whether it's running the ball or passing the ball. But I do love seeing that we're running the ball efficiently, so we can control the tempo of games more during the season.
You're listed as a fullback. You were listed as a tight end last year. You line up as an H-back. Today you played tailback. What do you consider yourself?
Athlete. I just do what they tell me.
It was just about how it was so important to him this week to get all the support of teammates leading up to coming back here. So what did you see out of him handling leading up to this game and then the game itself today?
Who you asking?
For him to get the support from you guys today?
Oh, Mitch is a great guy. That's just how he is. I don't think he went into this game any different than he would go into any other game. It's just another guy or another game where he's going out and playing football.
Yeah. I don't get to interact with Mitch as much as being as a D lineman and him in the quarterback room, but I mean, from the outside looking in, I mean, it looked like he was keeping his composure coming back to where he was drafted to and handled himself very well doing all that.